This is ITEC 4242 Database Administration brought to you by Middle Georgia State University. I'm Aaron Hill, your instructor for the course. Welcome, survivors of 2015, to week 1, spring semester 2016. For the next few months, we're going to be discussing and learning about the various facets of being a database administrator, anywhere from security, backup and disaster recovery, design, and applications. For this particular week, we are simply going to go over the syllabus to a certain extent and doing discussions and doing an installation. This is due in part to the fact that the textbook, Database Administration, the Complete Guide to DBA Practices and Procedures, 2nd edition, Craig S. Mullins, I don't expect you to have just yet. You're probably getting into the gist of things for the semester. You're going to be reviewing syllabi and just kind of getting your bearings for the first week. So I'm going to try to take it off easy and see where that goes. For communication purposes, there are two main ways of communication with a tertiary third. The main form of communication, the best way that you get in contact with me is via email. And I'm not talking about the D2L email. I'm talking about the MGA, Middle Georgia State University email system. Please address your subject line with ITEC 4242, your name, and be very specific in the body of the text to include a detailed description of what your problems are, what questions you may have, and any screenshots that you may need to kind of hammer home just what the problem is. I will try to respond to you and will respond to you within a 24-hour time frame as long as you meet the requirements that I just said and have outlined in the syllabus, because I am the banner DBA for Middle Georgia State University, and I have a large, vast mailbox of issues and concerns from other users as well as junk email. And your email can get lost. If you don't follow the guidelines, it's going to just go to my inbox. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to just toss it in the garbage at this point. I need you to have that subject line so that it gets sorted in its own email box and there is no hassle, there is no confusion on that part. The other form of communication that you can get in touch with me with is via Skype. The Skype information is included on the syllabi, whatever. Anyway, it's included on the syllabus. I'm not going to post this on YouTube for everybody to see since it's going to be public. So you're just going to have to read it yourself, and for this week's assignment, you're going to have to read it anyway. Let's see, where do I hit up next? Okay, what we're going to accomplish in this course. Each week we're going to do a discussion, we're going to do an assignment, and then for the remainder of the course, there will be 2 exams and a group project. The assignments and discussions will be detailed in each of the modules week to week, and the assignments may vary anywhere from doing lab assignments to answering questions in detail and providing research materials. Please include all details in APA format and no plagiarizing, please. We don't want that hassle. This is a 4,000 level course. You guys should know better by now. On the syllabus, there is a point system that it shows. I'm the points that you're going to actually earn throughout the course and the points that you're graded by, they're not a one for one. So if you don't necessarily earn 180 points in discussions throughout the semester and you're worried about your grade, don't be upset, don't be concerned. I would actually caution to go by percentages. If it's 180 out of 1,200 points that you can earn through the semester, and you've earned X number of points, not equal to 180, just kind of calculate it out. It's more appropriate to say that discussions are worth 15%, assignments are worth 20%. I think the exams are each worth 20%, midterm and final. And the group project is 25%. I think I got 100% correct right there. Anyway, if there is any question or concern, you can calculate it out. The points are equivalent to the percentages. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what an assignment looks like. Okay, this is module 0. It's module 0 because we don't have the textbook yet. We're not actually doing anything other than installing and kind of introducing and getting familiar with the class in general. And that's pretty much what the course objectives are. If you look at the very top, become familiar with the syllabus and course requirements, become familiar with the course design and structure, and the required reading, the syllabus. Easy peasy. Okay, for the task list, please review the syllabus. There will be a syllabus discussion area to post into if you have any questions or comments. I'll also accept email, but honestly, I would much prefer if you actually did the discussion area for this so that it answers a question for all of your classmates just for, instead of just for yourself. If you don't have any questions, you're still required to post that you understand and have read the syllabus. That's just kind of like you're basically in place of your signature saying, I understand. Leave me alone, Aaron. Anyway, the next discussion is introducing yourself. I'm actually cutting this down to 1 to 2 paragraphs because I don't expect you to be as verbose as I initially intended. But the introduce yourself discussion board is merely kind of showing your educational career goals, your hobbies, and whatever information that you're willing to share with your classmates. Please include about 1 to 2 paragraphs talking about yourself, and make sure you respond to 3 other classmates. Failure to actually reply will deduct from your discussion post. So number 3 would be watch the lecture. Hey, congratulations, you're already doing that. And we'll get to number 4 here in a minute because I'm actually going to review how to install MySQL Community Edition. But before we actually get there, number 5 is to create a lab document and submit it to the Lab 1 Dropbox. Lab 1 Dropbox is available all the way through next week, and the assignment is due Sunday, midnight. There is availability for the Dropbox to be open for the next 2 days at a 10% deduction for each day that you turn it in late. And after 2 days, it's just done at that point. You get a 0. So the lab document will be comprised of your name, course name and number, the date. You can choose whether you actually want to put the due date or the date that you actually accomplished the assignment, just so long as it's within the week that it was submitted. And the 4 screenshots. There's going to be a screenshot of your initial syllabus discussion post, the introduce yourself discussion post, one of the YouTube lecture screen, and one of the MySQL Workbench home screen. Now, I understand that I'm going to be able to see the discussion posts anyway, so why am I asking you for screenshots for this? This is merely a prelude, if you will. This is a preview of things to come. I'm going to expect screenshots, whether you use snipping tool, whether you use alt print screen. I need specific screenshots of you accomplishing code, whether you accomplish certain tasks. That way I know that you're actually doing the assignments, doing the lab, and I can give you credit for it. Now, the final section is a feedback section. This is my first time teaching, guys, and quite frankly, I could use a little bit of help. I'm not perfect. I may have made the assignments too hard. Maybe I've made them too easy. Who knows? I could use your feedback because I'm going to be building this class throughout the semester. And so help me help you guys. Please be specific in why something's too hard or something's too easy or maybe something's just too vague. I'm more than willing to step up to the plate and help build a class if you guys are, because what we do this semester lays the foundation, lays the groundwork for the semesters to come, and you're a fellow alumni. So let's go ahead and go back up to the installation. Now, I've already done part of the installation process and kind of skipped ahead because I didn't figure you all wanted to watch progress bars at this point. I understand that that's something that you would totally want to avoid. So for the next after this installer download, I'm just going to kind of run through the screenshots up until a point, and then I'll go into the installation so that I don't bore you to tears with loading bars. Okay, so your first step for installing MySQL Community Edition is simply to download it. The link, as you could see, was in the document, in the module document. So you click that, you scroll down, and there are two options for download. Please make sure not to download the Web Community Edition. We are using the Community, or the second one on the screen. It may be different, I don't know, on your screen, but make sure you download and install the Community Edition. So when you hit the download button, you are brought to the screen where you are offered the sole chance of getting a free Oracle account or logging into your Oracle account. While this option is totally available and totally free and might be good to do, you don't have to. There is a nice handy dandy link at the very bottom that say no thanks, just start my download. So going back, again, I have screenshots for all of this. So if you are able to go through the module documentation and install, you could actually just go ahead and sign off right now. You don't need to watch any more of the video. You are perfectly fine. But for those that may run into issues, or maybe the screenshots and instructions are not clear enough for you, this video may be a better, more viable option for you. Okay, so when you get to into the installer, once you got it download and you open up the MSI, you have this license agreement. You review the license agreement, click the checkbox to accept the terms of agreement, and click next. And for this course, we're going to be using the developer default. This is because I'm inherently lazy. No, I figure this is an easier option for you all rather than going through the custom install and picking and choosing what you want. just go ahead and save yourself some trouble, save yourself some headache. Click the developer default if it isn't already clicked, and click next. On the following screen, you are faced with a number of requirements for the software. It may vary from what you actually see here and in the module documentation, because I have installed this numerous times just to test to make sure it works, and in just creating this video. So I may already have some of the requirements that you may not already have already. So for automatic requirements that can be installed during the installation, go ahead and highlight those by clicking on them and click execute. You don't see the execute in this particular print screen. That's because there's only manual requirements. And as far as these manual requirements, Visual Studio and Python, I'm not requiring them for this course. This is not a coding course per se. I mean, we're going to do SQL for the next few weeks, but mostly this is a preparation documentation concept class. So you click next, and you will be prompted to confirm whether you want to move on ahead, despite the fact that you're missing requirements. You can go ahead and click yes. It's perfectly fine. And this is where the loading bars come in. When you're ready to install, you hit execute, and it takes a little bit of time, not gonna lie. So rather than running through that, I've already done that for you. This is all complete. So you hit next, and the product configuration screen, these are all ready for you to install. So you click next, you get type and networking. Don't worry about the contents of the screen, just go ahead and hit next. It is perfectly fine. And on the accounts and roles screen, you get to create your own password. I am not going to be held accountable for the passwords you create. Please make sure that if you are going to write these passwords down and not remember them, please store them in an easy to retrievable location. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to uninstall and redo all of this over again. So with your password chosen, you click next, you go to the Windows service. Again, we're just going to click next, accepting the default. We got the apply server configuration. You hit execute, and you get a little bit of a progress bar here. And as you can see, I'm on Windows 10, so you'll see that the services lists have changed. If you're on Windows 7, you won't see that. I've installed it on both at this point. But you click finished, and you move on to the next product configuration. Easy peasy. All you have to do on the connect to server screen, there's a check button right here. You click it so that you confirm that you're successful in connecting. You click next, and you execute. And then you're done. Click finish, click next. And as far as this assignment is concerned, you may want to just go ahead and leave this checkbox available. You click finished, and it will load the MySQL workbench. Ta-da! You can take a print screen right now of yours, not mine. Make sure it's your print screen. You may want to prove it by doing your time or whatever. But make sure it is your print screen, not somebody else's print screen copied or what have you. Put that in the lab document, and that's a fourth of your requirement. And that's as simple as it's going to be for the week. I can't say that it's going to be as simple as that for the next few months, but understanding how to use snipping tool, understanding how to do print screen, those are going to be valuable, as I'm going to require them probably on any and all lab assignments that require you to perform an action or run code. So that's it, everybody. Good luck with the week. Good luck with the semester. And just go ahead and contact me if you need me. Peace out.